Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed and also do like the video. We are still talking about a story. Siga Olorato Mongale, the young lady that went on what she thought was a date and ended up losing her life. The suspects, one of the suspects, you guys, the suspects in the M case was Kate, S and Kate in Adams in KZN after the police were after him. Okay, they went to his father's house. He told them that the guy was at Inanda, which is where he lives. Okay, the mother called and warned him, so he ran to Adams, and then that's when the police caught up with him. Now, you guys, on the last video that I posted, I had said that I was going to put an audio of the gentleman that rents out the cars, the gentleman that was the last person to speak to the suspects before the police came, and that confrontation happened between him and the police, and then he was asked and Kate. Okay, and then I ended up not putting all of it because I just felt like, you know what, let me just do a separate video where I interpret it, because all of it is in Zulu. So let me just interpret what he says in the audio, then play the audio for those who just want to hear it, because it is in Zulu. Even if I interpret it Zulu zoizwa ngendlela yakhe, but I will still insert it here. Okay, so this person says that he rents out cars. Okay, so it's a car rental place, which is weird, you guys, because these people called him at like 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't know if like car rental places open like 24 hours, like around the clock like that. Like you would be able to like call the place at like 4 a.m. to get the car, you know. And but he says that yes, they called him because they wanted the car. This guy arrived with somebody, so the suspect was with somebody to come and try to rent a car from him. So he says that they arrived at the complex where he lives. He opened for him, which for me was like, is this a residential place or like a business place? It's a little bit confusing for me, you guys, the details about this person that actually was the last person to speak to the suspect. Okay, and anyway, you guys, I'm not saying that he did anything wrong, but I'm just like, because you know, at this point, you guys, these guys, it sounds like they were able to commit these crimes in different provinces using different cars. So if they were able to rent out these cars from car rental places, sometimes we just have to, at this point, everybody needs to be investigated. You understand what I'm saying? I do appreciate the fact that he was able to keep this guy in one place until the police came, but I still have questions like 4 a.m. in the morning, and you know. So yes, you guys. So then he says that when the guy came with this guy, and he said he wanted to rent a car, then he left to go and withdraw money. Okay, when he went to withdraw money, that's when the picture popped up on his phone, the car that rents out the cars, the picture of this guy being wanted. When the guy came back now to get the car, he was like, I cannot give you the car because of this. The guy begged and begged and begged him to rent the car, and he was like, no, I cannot give you the car. Okay, then he says that the guy, he was like, you know what, then just listen to me, I just need to talk to somebody. Okay, he said, anyway, I'm going to die in Zofa anyway. It sounded like he wanted to take his life, or he also expected that, you know, the police were not going to be playing with him, because I also think that the police shouldn't play with people like this. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Because the prisons are already too full, honey. We're just feeding too many people there with our tax money. You know, is it worth it for us to just be keeping them there by the prison? You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? Exactly. Okay. He says that then the guy cried. You know, he cried and cried and cried. And then he asked him to pass a message to his mother. That one, you guys, I even said on my last video, that thing just upsets me. The fact that he is wanting a chance to pass a message to his mother. Your mother must not get any message from you, sir. Like, after doing what you did to this young lady, you think that you should be given a chance to give a message to your mother. He said that he started talking about his child. I can't even, like... Then, you guys, obviously this guy was trying to just keep the situation calm and trying to convince this guy that, listen, it's not the end of the world. Don't kill yourself. You can still you just hand yourself over. You can go and, they will sentence you. This is South Africa. There's no death sentence. Okay, I'm just imagining that there was a conversation. You can go and, stay in prison for however long they sentence you. For your mom and dad is working, so you don't have to worry about them. Just, stay and take the punishment. So he says that I guess here he is trying to explain the whole thing of not calling the police, because he says that he was scared to touch his phone. He says that because this guy was talking about taking his life and all of that, he didn't feel like he could touch his phone. So he was trying to keep this guy down, this guy calm and all of that, but he did not call the police. Okay. So I guess that maybe he was scared that if he touched the phone, maybe the guy was going to think that he's calling the police. Maybe there was going to be a confrontation between the two of them. I'm just thinking that maybe that's why it doesn't say, he just says that he just couldn't touch his phone. Okay. But he was begging him not to kill himself. He was begging him to calm down and just face up to what he had done. Okay. Honestly, you guys, you would think that people that do horrible things like this, like, are brave people. You would think that they are so brave that if the time comes for them to be held accountable and to be punished for their crimes, they'll be like, listen, how many years are you giving me? 20 years, okay. I deserve it, okay. I did it. I killed these women, I kidnapped these women. So you would think that it's people like that. You would not think that it's somebody that is gonna go to somebody's house that they don't know and be crying and be wanting to take their lives. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I after you did that to that woman, like, she thought she was going to go home to her family and she never got to go home to her family. Like, her family is looking at her beautiful pictures all over the internet now. She's no longer living and you are crying because you can't face up and go to prison. Like, I don't understand that, you guys. It's the same as that case of that African guy that allegedly killed a woman. I think she killed 2 women and fed them to the pigs. And he was crying in court. I'm like, what are you crying about? Can we give you to the pigs? Like, what? Guys, if you killed somebody and fed them to the pigs, what could make you cry in court? What can make you cry in court? What is worse than feeding somebody to the pigs? Like, honestly. Okay. And then there's another case of that other white guy, also is like human trafficking. Young girls, like underage girls, all of that stuff. You understand? And he's also crying in court. What the hell are you crying about? I don't understand. I don't understand. Anyway, you guys, here is a clip, guys. It is in Zulu, but most of those who don't understand Zulu, most of what he says, I've tried to interpret it, with my English. It was higher grade, by the way, And it does have 2 degrees and plus. You understand? So if this English is not good enough, there's something wrong with you, okay? But anyway, you guys, yes, so I have tried to interpret it. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Please make sure that you go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this. What do you think about these people crying about these horrible crimes that they've committed? Should we be listening to that? Should we be even wiping their tears? Thank you so much, you guys. Nginethanda kakhulu.
Engingakusho nje ukuthi le ndoda ingifonele maye ingifonele kumuntu ocela uharish imoto ethi ucela ngimnikeze i-address or ngimdirect, then ngamdirect, then mayifika futhi egate-ini ngamnikeza i-code, wayishaya i-code ngamvulela igate wangena. So uthe mayifika la ufike kuwumuntu ozofuna imoto behamba ngenye imoto nomunye umfo bethu. Wafika kuwumuntu ozobeka impahla, then mase hambe yo-withdraw imali. Wahamba, I think it was 4 ekuseni, the Wednesday ekuseni. Hayi uthe mayibuye sezongena egate-ini kanti ngikuyifoni-ke manje ngithinta ifoni yami, then ngibona isithombe sakhe sesipostiwe. Then bangibuye sekuphosta isithombe sakhe ngimtshela mfethu angikwazi ukukunika imoto due to lento le ebonakalayo. Then hayi kube ngathi liyaphela udaba lwethu kanjalo. Hayi abuye futhi azongincenga-ke manje ethi no mfethu ngiyakucela unginikeze imoto. Ngithi mina no, angeke ngikwazi. Angeke nje, ayikho into engangiphoqa futhi ukuthi ngikwenze lokho to lento eyenzakalayo. Then wasethi no, it's fine, ngicela ungilalele. Then sengiqedile ukuthi uma usuqedile ukungilalela, then vele isigcino sami ukuthi ngife. Then wakhala-ke sila kuma-parking-ke wakhala-ke, ngathi mina no, ngoba simla asingene endlini khona uzokhuluma nawe uvuleleke kahle. But no, lento engizoyikhuluma la mfethu ngiyacela ukuthi nasekhaya ubatsheleyo. Qala washo ukuthi uma wakho bemkhuze kakhulu ngalento, emkhuza ukuthi akayiyeke engabe sayenza lento kuze kufike la asekho le akayeke lo msebenzi awenzayo. Yes, ake ngibeke kanjalo because ngazi ngiyibiza ngani lo msebenzi awenzayo. Then akakhonanga ukulalela uma wakhe, ukuba umlalele kusene isikhathi ngabe right. Wakhuluma nangengane yakhe, wakhuluma nje nangempilo yakhe yonke kusukela ekuqaleni kuze kufike ekugcineni, ngoba leyo nto iwuthathile u3 hours ekhuluma. Wasethi isiphetho sakhona vele ukuthi azibulale. Then cause mina benginayo endlini sibabili, lo muntu sedecide ukuzibulala, kwangiphoqa ukuthi ngizame ukumkhalima down ukuthi no mfethu, isolution akusikhona ukuzibulala. Usengabhekana nalento ugwetshwe ngoba uthi kimi abazali bakho bayasebenza ubabili, ungahlala wena jele vele uyazi bayasebenza, yabo. So hayi ukuthi ububondle ekhaya, hayi ukuthi ubuwenza. So ungahlala ejele ufeyisane nalento because this case is serious. So alokhuzane ethi no mfethu, ngize kuwe ngoba mina ngiyakubona umjito right, and impilo yakhe straight. Last year ngake ngahlangana nawe wanginikeza imoto yakho. Isizathu esenza ukuthi ngithi ageze kimi ukuthi ngekhathi ngimnikeza imoto yalimala kuyena, yashayisa. And futhi wawenza amaminzi ukuthi lo akhokhe. Wakhokha futhi ukuthi imoto ishayisile. Ngabona hayi umjito right without knowing ukuthi wenzani. Ingakho ethi uma ngifonela ngithi I know lo mjito wayenza into right kunamanye ama client athi mayithatha imoto ilimazi abaleke. So ngalokho-ke ngikhuluma naye-ke ngithi mfethu ungazibulali, awuhlale mfethu nami ngizothola usizo because bekungekho nokuthinta ifoni phambi kwakhe because angimazi ukuthi mangithinta ifoni uzokwenzani because yena vele usethe nje ukuthi kumele into yenze ukuthi afe.
All right, you're listening there to one of the individuals who's identified as a friend to this main suspect that was killed by police in relation to the murder of Olorato Mongale. I'm just going to quickly translate for you if you're struggling to keep up with that. This friend has opened up about how the suspect, that's Pilangi Nkosi, was warned by his mother about the dangers of essentially this criminal activity. Apparently, this individual had admitted that he should have heeded his mother's calls now that it seemed that the walls were closing in on him. He also spoke about his child. We're learning that the suspect apparently had a child and was worried about his child. He also wanted apparently to end his life because of everything that had taken place. And the reason why the suspect had spoken to this friend was because he wanted to apparently hire a car. And of course, we'll never really find out what he wanted to do with that car. But we have also learned through this account that it wasn't the first time that he had approached this individual who wanted to remain anonymous, which is why you're not seeing his face, but are just hearing his voice. And the last time he borrowed the car, apparently it was returned even though it had been damaged. He did add, though, that money was also given to fix the damages to that car. And let's continue listening into this account. This friend suspect has also alleged that this criminal opened up about what happened to Olorato Mongale. Take a listen.
Ama-case maningi ushilo no maningi ama-case, and enye into emsabisa ukuthi eyoboshwa ukuthi maningi ama-case because ubeseke waboshwa futhi ku-Brakpan sho njalo. So mina ke ngokusaba angikwazi ngisho ukuthinta ifoni kulowo mzuzu, noma ngabe bengifisa ukubikela nomba angikwazi ukuthinta ifoni phambi kwakhe.
What will you say to people that are going to now obviously say on social media that you were involved? What would you say to people that don't know the story that you lived, and how you were also fearful of having him in your apartment?
Into engayisho bengingenayo indlela yokusho emaphoyiseni, ingakho bengimincengela ukuthi iway engabalula, indlela engabalula ukuthi mfethu ekuseni noma makukhanya kancane ngikuthathe ngikhende over mina la eManzimtoti. Savumelana futhi ngalokho, wasethi ucela ukuthandaza. It's where okufike khona amaphoyisa. Ecela ukuthandaza, yena ucela ukuthandaza, akafika amaphoyisa enza umsebenzi wayo.